Hey ladies, when you're intimidating but also a really great person, it's going to be easier for people to make you their enemy and to hate you than to befriend you. It's so much easier to make you their enemy because then they don't have to stomach the fact that you are actually a decent human being and someone that they admire. They don't have to be around you and have all of their biases and all of their negative ideas of you be dismantled by being close to you and in close proximity to you. See, something I noticed when there were people that were positioning themselves in my life as my enemy, I noticed that a lot of times they were just secret admirers. And it's really sad because instead of them admitting to themselves and to me that they actually admired me for whatever thing or that they really wanted to be my friend for real, they would just kind of take the position as a hater, as an enemy, as someone who is trying to go up against me. You don't really have an actual issue with me. Your issue is with yourself and with the fact that you prejudged me. You had an idea of me that maybe you realize is kind of baseless and inappropriate and doesn't really have any proof to back it. And you know that. And so it's easier for you to dislike me for no reason and hate on me and make me your enemy than it is to actually befriend me. And ladies, if you have struggled with frenemies, this is what's happening. These people have a conflicting split personality going on where they admire you and in some cases they befriend you, right? So when it comes to frenemies will put on a front and a facade that your presence, your beauty, your personality doesn't bother them. And they'll come off really nice and they'll come off really friendly. And before you know it, you guys are in this full-blown friendship. But the thing is, it's one-sided because they're only befriending you to gain something from you, to study you, to compete and copy you. And eventually they turn bitter, they turn resentful, and the friendship dies because they can't keep up the facade for too long. So really, frenemies the whole time were just enemies. They were just trying and attempting to get close to you, to get what they could from you. And then in other instances, frenemies can also be women who genuinely wanted a friendship with you. Like they started the friendship with you, believing that, they could reciprocate and have a genuine connection and a genuine friendship. But as time goes on in the friendship, you may grow, you may change. They may grow and change, and you guys may go in different directions. Sometimes your life can go in a different way that maybe they find favorable or that they may be jealous of. And unfortunately, even though they entered the friendship with genuine intentions, it'll end because of their envy. And ladies, if you are ready to elevate, strategize your transformation, and really just become unrecognizable by the end of this year, go ahead and click the link in the description box to book a time for me to send you a personalized video recording so that we can get to the bottom of whatever you're going through and whatever you're dealing with and strategize on how to glow up and become your best version. So sometimes friends can turn into envious enemies because you're not equally yoked anymore. You guys don't have a lot in common anymore because you have elevated past the box they put you in. You never know with these people, right? But something I notice, and a common theme that I'm noticing, is that people would rather hate you and be your enemy than be your friend. Because if they had to be your friend, if they actually took the time to get to know you and befriend you, all of the things that they tried to create in their mind about you that were negative would fall away. It would literally dissolve. And some people are so cowardly and so conniving and sinister that they would rather hold on to the false idea of who you are than embrace who you actually are. Because the false idea of who you are, the false reality that they've created about you, serves a purpose in their mind. So if they see you out and about and they see that you're confident, you're beautiful, you can stand alone, you're independent, they're going to be threatened and insecure if they're not that type of woman, if they're not that type of man, right? And so what you'll see happen is they'll create these scenarios and these ideas in their mind and really just kind of spiral out of control and create this whole beef with you that you have no idea is happening because they're threatened. All of this, all of the energy that they're giving you, the venom and the vitriol, it's because they've created an idea of you in their own minds without even having a conversation with you or without even befriending you and getting to know you on a deeper level. So what happens is they create this idea and this facade in their mind without getting to know you, without checking the Carfax, like they don't do their research on you by actually trying to have a conversation with you and get to know you. They would rather just come up with stories about you. And then if they feel like you'll reject them, or if they try to befriend you and you picked up on their funniness and you reject their friendship, they will go around to other people and tell people the lies that they've created in their own mind. Isn't that crazy? Like, let's really unpack that, because not only did you create a false reality and a false perception of who I am off of your own insecurities and your own jealousy, you're now going to other people to have them believe the same things. So now you're trying to tarnish and destroy my reputation and my good name. And I have a serious problem with that. I dealt with this throughout high school, throughout college, fake accusations, people believing things about me that they heard from other people without, doing their own checkup. People having misunderstood ideas about me that were really hurtful because they never even took a chance to get to know me. I've dealt with this my entire life. And then you'll have a few people that, break through the barrier and actually become friends with me because I trusted them at the time. And I always get hit with the same sentence. Wow, you're actually a really good person. You're actually a really good friend. What do you mean I'm actually a really good friend? Like, I've heard this from about 3 people. Yeah. And all 3 people were snakes. All 3 of them were either fake friends or friends of fake friends. And it just puzzles me because what do you mean I'm actually a good person? I'm actually a good friend. That means that immediately tells me that you had a preconceived notion about me that was baseless and created out of envy and perceiving me. And now that you're close to me and you have learned that I'm a decent human being, I'm funny, I have a great personality, I'm a girl's girl. Now that you realize all these things, now you're saying that I'm actually a good friend. You've heard things about me. You've talked about me to other people who have made it up in their minds that I'm a threat and that they don't like me for whatever reason. So you're literally basing your comparison of me off of people who are trying to destroy my reputation. And it's actually sad that people can't have a mind of their own and that they just believe anything because anyone says it. I'm the type of person where if I hear something negative about another person, I'm not quick to jump on the bandwagon because I know what it's like for people to jump on bandwagons against me. I need hard evidence and proof of somebody being a certain way before I can just believe what someone's telling me. I also take time to examine the person who's saying the negative thing about a person. Is this person who's talking crap someone who other people would aspire to be, or is the person they're talking crap about the person who people aspire to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times the people who talk a lot of crap about people and have a lot to say about women who they're threatened by make it seem like, the woman who they're threatened by is actually jealous of them or threatened by them. And it's like, girl, you're not somebody who anyone would want to compete with or compare themselves to or want your things or want your life. And they're delusional and they start to believe their own lies and their own mental deluded weird fantasies. And they want to get other people to hop on these bandwagons. I'm not that type of person. If I see that there's one girl that sticks out of a group and the whole group is attacking that girl, my knee-jerk reaction is not to believe the group. I don't know about you guys. Sound off in the comment section. But I really have a hard time believing groups over the girl who they're isolating and ostracizing. I don't know if you guys are watching Love Island All-Stars right now. I'm a reality TV junkie, so I'm always watching some type of reality TV show. And, right now there's this one girl that they're ostracizing from the rest of the group because there's one girl who's the ringleader who has decided to attack her because she's threatened by her. She's actually really beautiful. And, they're bothered. And she's gotten all the other girls to do her dirty work for her, to attack the girl, to believe the lies, to jump on hate trains. And I'm just looking at these groups of women and I'm saying to myself, wow, none of you can have a mind of your own. I think there's only one girl out of all the women on Love Island right now that has been completely neutral because she realizes that the girl who's being attacked is neurodivergent. And, if you guys want to look into it, you can just type in Lucinda Love Island All-Stars. That is the girl who's being attacked right now. And there's a lot of takes happening right now on TikTok where people are saying, this girl is clearly autistic. She clearly has neurodivergence. She's bubbly. She's her authentic self. And people are purposely misunderstanding her and villainizing her for it. And it's because she's beautiful but doesn't fit into their mold. She's beautiful, she's stunning, and she doesn't fit into their idea of what a pretty girl should be and how she should act. So they've decided to isolate her and mistreat her and target her. So, ladies, I just say all this to say, be aware of people who choose to be your enemy before they even get to know you. For me, that is a telltale sign that you're having a hard time stomaching the fact that I exist. Because if you made me your enemy and we've never spoken a word to each other, that lets me know that you've been studying me, you've been watching me, you've been perceiving me, and your little brain that's very idle and very elementary has been fixated on me to the point where you have created a negative perception of me without even getting to know me. And you're using that as a reason why you don't want to get to know me and why you want to make me your enemy. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know if you've ever experienced this or have gone through something similar to this. I'd love to hear your comments down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.